where every corner whispers comfort and every detail feels like home. Today, we're stepping inside a space that doesn't just look beautiful, it wraps you in warmth the moment you enter. This isn't just interior design, it's a feeling. Right away, the reading nook draws you in. That floral armchair, nestled beside a time-worn bookshelf overflowing with stories and porcelain teacups. It's not just a seat, it's an invitation. You can almost hear the quiet rustle of turning pages, the clink of a spoon in a teacup, and the soft hum of a Sunday afternoon. This is where time slows down, where presence matters. Then, the soft candlelight leads us to a corner that feels sacred, a rustic turquoise sideboard aged with grace, adorned with wild flowers and golden candlesticks. It's a moment frozen in time, like a letter from the past. You don't just see the texture, you feel the stories it holds. And somehow, under that golden glow, everything feels more tender. Now into the kitchen, and it truly feels like the heart of the home. Linen skirts flutter below the sink, sunlight dances on vintage plates, and there's that sweet scent of herbs on the windowsill. This kitchen isn't about trends, it's about tradition, about memory, about the kind of meals that nourish more than your body. It's where laughter happens, where dough is kneaded by hand, and where life just feels simpler. Next, your hand brushes past a worn cabinet, and suddenly, you're reminded that real beauty comes with age. The patina on the wood, the ornate brass knobs, it's all so tactile, so human. You can feel the years in every nick and scratch, and somehow, that makes it feel more like home than anything brand new ever could. The open pantry shelves, lined with glass jars, simple spoons, and textures that make you want to reach out and touch them. There's something deeply grounding about seeing your ingredients. It's honest. It's humble. It's a kind of beauty that doesn't try too hard. It just is. The dining room feels like Sunday morning. Soft lace runners, mismatched chairs that somehow feel made for one another, and a cabinet of collected china glowing in the afternoon light. You can almost hear the quiet clatter of breakfast being served, the slow murmur of conversation, the hush of a room that holds memories like heirlooms. Even the floral wallpaper and tiny bench in the hallway, they're like a gentle pause between moments, the in-between that feels just as meaningful as the destination. Step into the bedroom, and everything softens. The light is diffused, the air feels still, like a slow morning with nowhere to be. A wrought iron bed draped in linen, floral pillows, and a patchwork throw that feels like it's been passed down through generations. This isn't just where you sleep, it's where dreams gather, where love notes are written in silence, and time forgets to move forward. And then, the bathroom, an unexpected moment of poetry. That clawfoot tub, the sunlight spilling in through the sheer curtains, brass taps gleaming like old jewelry. It's not a place to rush. It's a place to soak, to reset, to be with yourself. It's the quietest kind of luxury, one that whispers instead of shouts. A tiny shelf filled with old glass apothecary bottles pulls you closer, labels faded, brushes gently resting beside them. It's a detail that doesn't demand your attention but rewards it. These are the kinds of objects that make a house feel storied. Objects that remind you, beauty lives in the overlooked. Because real beauty doesn't need to be loud. Sometimes it's soft, and still, and perfectly imperfect. Finally, we step outside. A weathered metal chair, hand-stitched pillows, and geraniums blooming in clay pots. It's the kind of spot where coffee tastes better, where worries soften, where the scent of the earth feels like home. This garden corner doesn't ask for anything. It just offers presence. And that's more than enough. It's lived in. Books leaned into one another like old friends, a teacup forgotten mid-thought, and that floral chair that's molded to someone's shape. There's a peace here you can't buy. It only comes with time, and tea, and turning pages. Blue-chipped paint, a little crooked, maybe, but it's full of heart. Topped with fresh flowers, flickering candlelight, and framed memories. This isn't just furniture. It's an altar of everyday beauty. It's the kind of place where people don't just cook, they linger. Linen skirts flutter under the sink, sunlight makes patterns on vintage glassware, and everything feels useful and beautiful. It's the kind of kitchen that reminds you, love is in the little things. There's something tender in the details, the worn brass knobs, the hand-sanded edge of the wood, the brush of fingers that have opened these drawers for decades. Every scratch, a story. Every smudge, a memory. And then, a humble pantry, jars lined like old friends on a wooden shelf. Grains, dried herbs, a few sweet things. There's honesty in this moment, a quiet simplicity that doesn't ask for attention, but deserves it. Feels like it's been waiting for you. Mismatched chairs, a wildflower bouquet catching the light, and a quiet kind of elegance in the worn wood table, the kind that's seen birthdays, board games, and late-night tea. And just around the corner, a bench layered with pillows beneath hand-framed florals, as if to say, sit down, take a breath. Isn't just where the day ends. It's where softness begins. The light touches everything gently, from the rumpled linen sheets to the iron bed that squeaks just a little when you climb in. Every texture invites you to let go. Every floral pattern reminds you it's okay to love delicate things. It's quiet in the most meaningful way. A clawfoot tub, warm brass fixtures, and soft pink curtains that barely move in the breeze. It's not just a room, it's a ritual, a soaking space for heartache, joy, and all the in-betweens. Old bottles line a wooden tray, amber and clear, labeled in calligraphy like forgotten poems. Dried flowers, worn brushes. It's a still life of a life well lived. You don't need to know the exact scents. You can feel them. This is the gentle art of living slowly and remembering that home is not a checklist. It's a feeling. Then outside, it's like the house size. A faded iron chair, floral cushions faded by sun and story, and terracotta pots glowing with blooms. This is the kind of corner that welcomes you back, again and again. You walk in and feel held. The shelves sag with old stories. The chair says stay a while. And that soft morning light pooling on lace curtains? It's like the house is breathing with you. Then there's the corner that glows. Candlelight flickers over chipped paint and brass. Wildflowers lean toward the warmth. It's a moment caught mid-exhale, as if the room is still savoring last night's conversation. It hums with life. You don't need a perfect island or sleek appliances, just wood under your feet, sun on your cheeks, and a place to chop herbs while the kettle sings. It's the rhythm of real life, slow and steady. Even the smallest details speak volumes. The weight of a brass knob, the scrape of wood on wood. These aren't mass-produced. They're felt and made to last. So simple it almost disappears. But jars lined with care, a little dust on the shelf, and everything in its place. It's like the house is whispering, "You're safe here. You have enough." There's something sacred about the dining room, not because of how it looks, though it is lovely, but because of how it feels, as if the walls themselves have listened to stories over the years. And by the door, a cozy corner reminds you, there's always time for one more chat before goodbye. Feels like poetry. The bed is perfectly imperfect. Pillows tossed, blankets half folded. Nothing staged, everything felt. The softness isn't just in the linens. It's in the way this room lets you rest. Isn't an afterthought. It's a gentle pause. Sunlight through the curtains, warm tiles underfoot, and the kind of stillness that makes water feel like medicine. A quiet shelf of potions and brushes tells a quieter story, of rituals, of care, of beauty made by hand. These aren't decorations. They're little anchors to self. Outside, even the air feels slower. A worn metal chair, a side table with chipped paint, and flowers that bloom on their own schedule. You sit, not to do, but to be. There's a tenderness in this corner. The way the light curls around the teacup, the texture of a well-loved blanket draped over the arm of that floral chair. It's not perfect. It's personal. You pause at the sideboard, a symphony of textures and color. The distressed turquoise wood, the antique brass candlesticks, the vibrant burst of dahlias. It feels like a still life, but alive. Full of little gestures, the flutter of a linen silk skirt, the delicate clink of pottery on open shelves, sunlight warming a bowl of lemons. It's ordinary and utterly magical. Then you run your hand across the cabinetry. There's no gloss, no show, just the raw honesty of something handmade. That kind of authenticity, you can't fake it. Row after row of humble ingredients. Grains, teas, nuts, nothing glamorous, but everything useful, everything real. feels like a warm memory. You can almost hear laughter echoing, the scrape of a chair, the clink of teacups. Even the framed florals on the wall feel like pressed memories. This room isn't finished, it's loved. The morning sun filters in like honey. The metal bed frame creaks with age, but it stands proud. The floral linens whisper of comfort, while the handmade quilt reminds you, someone's hands made this with care. Simple, but sacred. There's no rush here. Only golden fixtures, woven baskets, and light that turns everything into gold. Even the tub waits patiently, like it knows you deserve rest. You pass a tiny table filled with tiny treasures. Old bottles, soft brushes, dried stems. These are the things you don't notice right away, but they're the things you'll remember. And just before the tour ends, you find yourself in the garden. A quiet chair, a patchwork pillow, and a breeze that feels like a love letter from nature. No place to be, nothing to fix, just the gentle joy of being still. This home doesn't shout. It doesn't beg for attention. Instead, it speaks softly and stays with you. If you've ever longed for a life that feels slower, deeper, and more rooted in story, this is your sign to bring more soul into your space.